Oklahoma is one of 6 states where landlords can legally retaliate against tenants.
44 other states have figured this out, starting well back in the 70s. It was actually part of the uniform sort of recommended law at the time that most states based their landlord-tenant law on, and it was just baked in from the beginning. And when Oklahoma adopted the Oklahoma Residential Landlord-Tenant Act in 1978, they did so based on that model law, but excluding pretty much all of the tenant remedies, including the anti-retaliation protections.
And that remains true over 50 years later. So what does this mean for the over 1.3 million renters in Oklahoma?
What is protected in anti-retaliation protections is a landlord cannot take a certain type of action against a tenant who has generally filed a complaint maybe with the health department, requested a repair, joined a tenants union, or generally used any of their rights that are available to them under the law. And they can't retaliate by terminating a lease, by raising their rent, by decreasing services, or by filing an eviction. So those are generally the 4 main things that are protected with anti-retaliation laws.
Okay, and none of those are protected here, no?
Correct.
Oklahoma lawmakers had the opportunity to remedy this concern in the 2023 legislative session by passing House Bill 2109, which would have added anti-retaliation protections to our Landlord-Tenant Act. But the bill failed to advance, leaving Oklahoma tenants still vulnerable to landlords, and the most vulnerable are often most impacted. For example, government-subsidized housing is held to a certain standard which the property must obtain to continue receiving public funds.
If you're violating them, you can get fined or you can get completely cut off from being able to access those funds.
And the tenant's complaint could potentially reveal a violation of those standards. Therefore,
if you're a complainer, you're public enemy number 1.
A government-subsidized property might see a complaint as a threat to funding or their reputation and retaliate against the tenant who made the complaint to prevent future complaints, which again is not a violation of Oklahoma law. And this power imbalance is happening right in our backyard. A Tulsa woman claims her North Tulsa senior living facility is mistreating residents who have complained. Miss Terrell Wright recounts the mistreatment she says she's faced since the day she moved into an affordable living complex in North Tulsa back in 2020.
When I moved in here, the apartment was filthy. It looked like in the washing machine they had been making mud pies.
She says she complained to management about the filth, the low water pressure, and the absence of hot water in her apartment, all things Miss Wright expected to be addressed by her landlord. Today, Miss Wright claims those initial complaints served as the starting point of her conflict with the landlord.
They told me that if I complained one more time, that they were going to put me out.